So, some time ago, when I was hosting one of my evening sessions for my Women on the Grow, we had a wonderful class. And at the end of the session, one of the ladies that was so well dressed and she was quiet the whole evening, looked so professional. She said, "You know what? I have something to say." She said, "I really wanted to get here tonight. I wanted to be a part of your class, Jewel." And she said, "But I had to sell some plastic bottles to get here." Now, the session was only $10, but to her, that $10 was a lot. She didn't have it, but it was worth it. You see, she was determined to learn, she was determined to grow, she was determined to get there. And I always remember that story when I hear people make excuses, when I hear people um, talking about it's too far, it costs too much. When I see people making excuses and procrastinating, it lets me know that they're not ready. They're not determined. But you know what? When you become unstoppable and you do whatever it takes, I mean, legally, to get the information, to get the hookup, to be in the presence of wisdom, when you do whatever it takes, God opens doors. And I was so touched and honored by this woman's candid vulnerability to say, "Don't judge me by the way I look because I'm struggling right now." And I think a lot of us, we can look like we're okay, but we're hurting on the inside. We can look like we're fine. We could be smiling on the outside, but nobody knows that there's a lot of turmoil going on in the inside. Years ago, I wrote a booklet called "Thank God I Don't Look Like What I've Been Through." And I've been saying that for years because so often people would say to me, as a public figure, of course, I'm not going to go out the house looking raggedy. But a lot of people didn't know the times that I was going through something, whether I had just come from having a lot of pain from my fibroids and eventually had to have surgery, the times when I would speak and I came there with very little funds, the times when people would say they were going to pay me and they didn't pay me, the times maybe I left home and my husband and I had a spat, or I was concerned about my kids were going through something. They were always going through something. The times when I knew people were talking about me, the times when I didn't sell enough books, the times when I was in heavy grief for my mother passing away, the times that I was in just questioning God, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Because it seemed like it took a long time for things to just take off. And yet I'd smile. And I think about the times that people misunderstood me, talked about me, and didn't know I knew it. I wasn't in the room, but I heard. When I think about the times that I doubted myself, when I think about the times I was exhausted trying to balance marriage and family and parenting and entrepreneurship and writing books and striving to balance my purpose along with my own pain. And I didn't look like what I was going through. I didn't look like what I was going through after my eldest son passed away from cancer. And yet I kept speaking. So when I think of that woman who sold bottles, she recycled some plastic bottles to get to my class. I'm thankful for that testimony because it's a reminder to me, Jewel, stay unstoppable, stay hungry, stay focused, stay determined. Because if you live with excuses, you're going to find yourself in a bad situation where you're going to be beating yourself up. You're going to have a lot of shame, a lot of guilt, a lot of self-pity. I don't know who's watching this today, but I want to inspire you today to get that drive again, to get that joy again, to get on purpose again. You know what it is that you want to do. You know what you want to accomplish. You know what won't let you sleep. You've got an idea, you've got a gift, you've got a talent, you've got a drive, but yet you're lukewarm. And doesn't the Bible say you got to be either hot or cold? Well, I think that's true. I think that's applicable to today. In spite of the pandemic, in spite of what's going on with the election, what are you doing with your life? What choices are you making? Are you sitting on your assets? The clock is ticking for all of us. And it's important that we learn how to seize the moment and see the opportunities and seek out those people, activities, and resources that will take us to another level. Thank you for watching. Won't you hit the share button? Won't you visit my website today, jeweldiamondtaylor.com. God bless you and stay in the light.